Happy and blessed Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We're going to go ahead and get started on tonight's training. My name is Mayra. I'm one of your executive elites, and I'm actually super excited to be here, not only connected with you, but I'm not where I am normally when we do these trainings on Tuesday nights. Tonight in the city of Tampa, I have the privilege and actually the excitement and the honor to be here firsthand for our relaunch in the Spanish market. So I just had the support, not only by Rolando with doing the opening and hosting, but also by another executive elite, Jackie Garcia, with her half on doing the client side. And I got to share on how we make money in this business, just saying. But it was something we're super excited about. And hopefully you can receive some of that energy and some of that passion. I kind of feel like we're stepping into a different season right now. And you're all here. So a huge welcome and congratulations to anyone that's new. I know the team has been running. We've had a lot of individuals partner up with us. And if this is the very first time you're plugging into our Tuesday training, mark your calendar, get connected with Band. We do these every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you could plug in from the comfort of your home or on your phone or whatever it is that you've got going on. But class was kind of in session for us when it comes to these Tuesday night sessions. Understand that they say mentorship cuts the learning curve tremendously when it comes to whatever growth you have, whatever desires you have, whatever goals you want to set for yourself, and all the things you're striving to achieve. Get yourself a mentor. This industry is pretty much based on that. So our Tuesday nights is with those who have created such a great deal and amazing level of success, extend their hand back out and teach us the way. I know I was invited to this information a few years ago, and it really has changed my life tremendously. And the way that I see it right now is that I just have that much more of a duty and that much more of a responsibility to help people make those kinds of decisions. So again, if this is the very first time you're plugging in on a Tuesday, if you just got started, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And I want our team to show you a whole bunch of love, because this is where we pretty much go against the world when it comes to our dreams. We fight for what we want to accomplish, and you have an entire team that gets to back you up in the belief that you do deserve it, and you do have what it takes to make your dreams a reality. So welcome to anyone that's new. We're definitely going to show you some love. And like I like to refer to it, I've considered it the absolute best adult decision you could have made. So welcome to the team, welcome to the family, and welcome to the movement. Mark your calendar. These Tuesday nights, we have these trainings, and then afterwards, we'll go ahead and distribute the recordings. Now, one of the things as well I want to update you all and definitely share some excitement on for this coming Thursday. We have none other than Pinnacle, Alfred Nixon, and Crown Ambassador, Alyssa Barnes, visiting in from she's coming in from Georgia, and then Alfred's flying up from South Florida to cater to our Tampa market. We're gonna have a huge event, and there's also a contest, guys. Who likes contests? Put a 5 in the chat if you like contests. Definitely put a 5 in the chat if you like contests. So this is the contest we're gonna be dropping for that event this coming Thursday. The top 2 agents with the most number of guests in the room for that event will actually be able to accompany us that night. When I say us, I mean the leadership, including Alfred and Alyssa. The top 2 agents with the highest number of guests will have that special VIP time with not only the Tampa leadership team, but also our very own Pinnacle, Alfred Nixon and Alyssa Barnes. And they are phenomenal, not only with their stories, but what they've been able to create is super inspiring. So you'll get that opportunity for those conversations. I think that's a huge, huge deal. So again, for anyone that can invite, go ahead and work on it for this coming Thursday here in the Tampa market. We have a flyer with the corrected address. It is over at the Hilton Garden Inn, if I'm not mistaken, but the address is on the current flyer. It is in bands, and it was shared amongst the chats as well. So again, that's a huge thing. I think you all want to take advantage of that opportunity. I'm looking forward to it, super excited about it as well. But think about being in that close proximity and having the ability to have those types of conversations. Think about what that can do for your business. I think that's huge, huge. And then again, just reminding you all about events. We're going to continue pushing through. Huge shout out to Rosario. And I don't remember right now the other agent I saw on the flyer, but I know that they actually will be doing Thursday nights in Eagle Pass, Texas. So when you hear us speak on and share about the events that are happening here, I know a lot of people might feel like, man, if I lived there, maybe if I were there, maybe if I were closer, maybe if you did the same thing in your market. And I just want you to think that. I just want to plant that seed for you. I understand that we all have steps on this journey. We all grow along the way. But what I can tell you is that if you start picturing yourself as being able to do it, That's the first step of making it happen. So when you're not hearing about events like that happening in your town, that just means the opportunity is there for you to make it happen in your own town, right? So again, just having the concept of growth will definitely help fuel to have you stepping forward and continuing to do so. Now, another thing as well, I do want you to mark the calendar. This is kind of well in advance, but we had such a phenomenal family Sunday fun day, not too the weekend before, that I do want you to just save the date, because I know a lot of times there are some agents that are not necessarily in Tampa, but they make the efforts and they arrive. We'll have more details to follow, but as of now, we're looking forward very much so to celebrating all the recognitions and all of the advances and whatnot for our next Sunday fun day for the family. It'll be June 26th. Okay, so that gives us a time to go ahead and plan. Maybe it's summertime. Maybe we'll see some faces that we haven't seen yet in the Tampa area, but regardless, mark your calendar. More details will come to follow. But for tonight's training topic, I was really excited when we had a chance to talk about it within the leadership discussion about the topics for these trainings, and thinking about how they can really help us take our business to the next level and step on to where we're going to grow and where we're going to continue to win with this. I was fired up because I had the opportunity to share in this topic with someone that is a boss, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce her, but I do want to go ahead as well and explain that topic tonight is on edification. I know I've had some of the agents on our team so gracious and so kind and kind of call it Mayrification. And, it makes me laugh a little. I still kind of, get a blush in the face personally just to hear that, because I remember the very first time I ever hosted anything, and it was over the phone using 1-800-freeconferencecall.com or whatever it was, right? So, it's definitely something that I have done for years. So I'm more than glad to be able to do that. But, just introducing myself, if you are new or if you haven't quite heard my story, I am based here in the Tampa market, but I am a New York native. By background, I am a mom of 4, and I worked over 15 years in healthcare, and I did the multiple jobs. I did the living paycheck to paycheck lifestyle for way longer than what I wish I would have. And I learned about this information when I needed the help on the client side to start the program that we offer. So I am a pure product of this result. I remember saying no to this opportunity more than once. I was not, let's say, like Rosario, who said yes right away, but not everyone says yes right away. I just know that I have changed my life because of this opportunity. And I will live forever grateful to the individual, my mentor, Xavier, who actually shared this with me, because he didn't stop. He didn't give up. He didn't quit. He shared it to me enough times where I saw that it could change my life. Within a short few months, I had over a 200-point increase to my credit score after having been denied an auto loan that gave me the buying power to get that yes with zero money down, which is what I needed. And again, I was already busy working 40 to 60 hours a week. But at the same time, I knew I wanted more out of life. I was sick and tired of just, again, lifestyle of paycheck to paycheck, not being home with my kids. I was always telling them no because I couldn't afford what they asked for because mommy had to work. That wasn't life. I started to share this information on a less than part-time basis, and it's been history ever since. Now, what I will tell you too is in terms of edification. So edification is what we like to use as a term to describe the proper way of connecting those that are helping you build this team or build your business to the new individuals that don't yet know you as a credit expert. All right, so we all have our day one. We all start right where we are. The most important closeout of all of this was when you decided to get started with this business and partner with us and do this for yourself and for your goals. After that, you're going to go through individuals and contacts. Some may say yes, some may say no, but as you're utilizing a system and as you're growing with the leadership and mentorship that's going to help contribute to your journey of growth, proper edification is like the icing on the cake. I mean, if anybody likes cake, you can't have cake without icing, as far as I'm concerned. So when it comes to this business, you're not going to have those successful opportunities where your mentor and your leader is supporting you in this business without proper edification. So what am I talking about? If it's the first time you've ever heard edification, again, it's just a term we use to describe the absolute best way to be introduced to someone. And we do it all the time. We just don't always know that that's what it is. So one thing to have in mind is when it comes to edification is something you would use not only to describe an event, not only to invite someone out, but you would also use it so that people understand how much of a big deal it is when we have individuals like what I was explaining about this coming Thursday with Alfred Nixon being our pinnacle coming in from out of town. That invite is all based on them, me making sure I'm communicating the opportunity that they have to be in the room with an individual that in in about 60 months has made over $10 million in commissions with this business. So isn't that somebody you want to be in the room with? When you think about how to learn how to edify, the things to have in mind, think about the ways you can compliment someone. Think about the top 3 things that stand out for you about someone, and you use that as a mindset and a stepping stone. So I know I'm sharing this training topic with a boss lady I met on this journey, someone I have a tremendous amount of respect for. I did see that she's connected already. So I'm going to do my edification of bringing her on, but I actually want to have a little bit of a dialogue with her too, but I know she's going to help with this training topic. But when it comes to me doing an edification for her, I'll give you an example. I am so super excited to be able to introduce you to this boss lady. I was able to meet her while I've been working on this, and she's been someone that's directly helping not only me and my growth, but she does this on a daily basis. She leads with her heart. Her vision is huge. So talk about being a boss and knowing where you're going with your potential. Every single day, she's relentlessly working to accomplish her goals. She's a phenomenal mom, all about her kids. She's an awesome business owner. She runs this with her heart in her hand, and she's actually able to share this with her husband. I think it's incredible the way she's an example when it comes to this opportunity. She's already hit the level of regional ambassador, if I got that right. And as a regional ambassador, not only is every single month her business generating $250,000 in sales volume. Just this past January, I witnessed when she walked the stage as being recognized for earning over $500,000 in direct commission on this business alone. And she has done that in record time, topping the charts time and time again with our company and our opportunity. So for me to be able to introduce this woman to you, to know she's taken the time to be able to chat with you and be here with us, I'm telling you, I am fired up for you. I don't know where we would be if not for the example and all that she's done to contribute to the entire team. And again, this is just somebody I'm super grateful for. So when she speaks, you definitely want to pay attention to all that she has to say. So I see her smiling face on the camera. If you could go ahead and join me in on this. I see Raysa Santiago, our regional ambassador. Boss lady, can you hear me?
What's up, guys? What's up, Mayra?
Hey,
I see you out there presenting. I see you, girl, in the trenches.
Yes, we are out there. And, I was sitting there thinking, here's something where I feel that you have a phenomenal strength, and it's not necessarily my forte, and that is in slides and presentations. But I thank you for being definitely a direct contributor to me wanting to step into growing in that skill set. So for tonight, not as an excuse, just as a scenario, just for people to know how real and true the business is and how powerful about being flexible this can be. Here you have 2 people that can kind of bounce off of each other, grow this, be successful in our own right, and definitely celebrate what the other is able to do. So here, live and direct, as she said, I just got finished doing the second half, and I'll confess it's the first time I did it with our new presentation slides in Spanish, but the excitement alone, I'm telling you, that's it. Like, this is the relaunch. We're taking it to the next level. And, I definitely want to thank you for all that you do. But as far as the training, before you go into your portion, because I know you're going to absolutely kill it, I did want to give an example, because you've probably had this happen to you on what not to do when you're edifying someone. So again, I know that
let's talk about that.
Girl, listen, I mean, at this point, all sorts of conversations, and we know that it's not coming from a bad place.
Right.
The difference of acknowledging what that is and how that impacts the conversation can completely impact your business. Here's why. Again, back to the square one fact. Neither Raysa nor I were credit experts before we got started in this. I even remember telling my mentor, Xavier, I wear scrubs all day. I'm in the clinic all day. People know me for healthcare. I don't know anything about credit. I just got denied my auto loan. How could I do this? And it was understanding it has really so little to do with you and so much more to do with who you want to connect your candidate or your prospect with. That's where the key is. And another thing as well is, I wanted to kind of flip the psychology on this and throw that in this topic too, because that's something that helps me make things relatable, is the mindset behind it. Understand, energy is never going to go away. Energy is never going to go away. It's only going to be transferred to wherever you focus. So there's a difference if I am nervous and I'm overwhelmed and I'm hesitant and I'm fearful and I'm trying to say, listen, James, I want you to, here's Raysa, you know, she's my business partner. I'm working with her. She's going to tell you all the information you need to know. That's what not to do. That's horrible. I think that playing off of your excitement while you master the skill set is going to be key. If I take it back and rewind the clock to where I knew a fraction of what, fortunately, this journey has taught me, just off of excitement alone, oh my God, look, okay, look, girl, listen, I want to introduce you to this information. I don't know all the details, but I don't want to get it wrong. And I can't think of anybody better than Raysa to share this information with you. Now, she's super busy because she's done amazing things at this company. I'm still learning about everything that she does, but she has a high title. She's been able to really accomplish a lot, and I'm learning from her every single day. So definitely pay mine. I know she can answer 100% of the information, and she knows her stuff. So I'm just thrilled to get you on the phone with her. At that point, I'm already stopping them from even, who would ask me anything? Mayra, but can you, no, I already told you, I don't know, I'm excited, I just want to introduce you to her, let's go. And using that energy in your favor, trust me, you don't have to know all the answers. And, you know, like Bruno always says, let's go.
Let's go.
Do not take away from that relationship when it comes to introducing and edifying someone, because it can make or break whether or not that leader is able to even close the call. Never, ever, 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 ever interrupt when your mentor or your leader is speaking to your candidate. I don't care if you think that they got it wrong. I don't care if they said 189 and it's 188. It's $1. Don't let them shine, let them rock. Why? Because they've had so many calls and they've done this so many times. Trust me, they can adjust it at the end. It's kind of like flying a plane. If a pilot had to land that plane every single time that plane needed adjustments, you know how insane it would be to actually travel and get on a plane? No. So while you're in the air, the pilots, the experts will adjust it, okay? So think about that concept as well. When it comes to those three-way calls, while you're in the air, that expert, that pilot, that leader, that mentor, they will adjust the tone. So I'm gonna get out the way, definitely give it up to Raysa. I know she's got some fire training for us to go, but thank you for opening this up with me too, boss lady, and I'm taking notes. Let me learn and grow with you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, you're already trained. I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna train on edification. Like we call it Mayrification here on Team Relentless, right? She does the best at edifying, guys. If you guys just literally took notes every single Relentless training and just kind of took the notes on her edification when she brings in Rob and Arnold and David, and that's it. Like that's, I'm telling you, I'm about to give you guys the secret sauce. That's all you need. Like the training, yeah. But if you guys master edification, and this is something that we talked about, right, on our call. So guys, give it back to Mayra. She's the best at edification. Like they're hands down, 100%. Like, I'm like, dang, like, I can't even do it like her. Like, I'm like, I tried, but I run out of words. She just keeps going. I'm like, where does she pull these words from? Because she go amazing, successful, like she'll keep going. I run out. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm done, right? So give it up to her, guys. Super, super excited for her. I'm so glad you guys are presenting in Spanish. That's super dope. I'm glad you guys are doing that. And again, thank you just for being on and still being present to this. You could have been like, hey, you know, I'm out here trying to share this with the community. You guys figure it out. But she's always consistent. She always comes through. So she's our Billy. She's our Billy Scott. But obviously she looks a lot better. But yeah, guys, look, I just want to come and I just really want to come through and just kind of drop a bomb on you guys when it comes with edification. I really, truly feel like this is like, we've gotten away from this. And for some reason, it just hit me last week. I'm like, man, I'm seeing our local events not have as many people. I'm like, do you know, like here in Tampa, there's an EVP, a RVP, multiple VPs, and they're always in the same room on Thursday. And there's not, these rooms should be packed. When Bobby and Xavier were as these rooms were like 100 people. So can you guys imagine ambassadors and above? Like, it really boggles me. And I'm like, what is it that we're missing? Because I don't think people are doing a bad job at inviting. Yeah, we're seeing some guests in the room, but it's edification. And one thing that I learned very early is that that's an industry skill. So what I want people to understand is, how many of you guys, is this your first network marketing company? Type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat. Never been in network marketing. I'm there with you. I'm typing ones. Never done this industry. Like, Mayra's so good at this because I feel like she got some of this training in her prior company too. So for her, it was like, I can't believe people are not edifying in this company. Like, what is going on? I'm going to become the master at edification. And so it really clicked to me really early, like, wow, that is the secret sauce, the secret key to success. Because you don't need to, you could be brand new. How many of you guys are brand new? Type a 1 in the chat. If you're brand new, just got started, you know, within the last couple of weeks or so, even a month in, you're brand new still, right? Type a 1 in the chat. So you're probably like, what the heck is edification? Like, what are they talking about? So let me tell you what is not edification, right? What is de-edifying somebody? Because maybe this way you'll understand. De-edifying is kind of like gossiping. And I was just talking to this about my team. I'm like, it's like saying, oh my God, that girl has ugly hair, those ugly shoes. Oh my God, her boyfriend is ugly. She's taller than him. Her, you know, she comes from Section 8 and housing. We do so good at that, guys. Like, we don't even notice it sometimes. It's just because of our upbringing, unfortunately. But we are always bad talking or finding something to say about somebody else. And it's just the way it is. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but it's easier to do that just because of the environments that we're surrounded in. So when we come into this industry and it's so positive and everybody's like, yay, and we want you to win, it's like a complete shock to your system, because you're like, oh my God, like, they're talking about this woman and she's so amazing, and oh my God, and she's amazing and everybody's amazing, right? And so now you have to learn to kind of turn that mindset around. And it was hard for me because, mind you, I'm still hanging around some of my friends that are telling me about the gossip of the other girls and the problems that they had. And I'm like, I'm over here trying to learn how to edify people. I'm like, I can't have these conversations with you no more, girl. Like, I just can't, right? But that, I just wanted to show you kind of what it isn't. And once I realized this is the only skill, so listen, I hope you guys are taking notes, because if you just master this, I don't care about anything else, inviting, prospecting, generating leads, that's cool. You still got to do that. But if you master edification, man, your business will go to the next level. You'll hit the next rank tomorrow. You'll hit your $200 to $500 tomorrow. And I'm so serious about this. And I feel like we've kind of gotten away from it, but I feel that we got to talk about it, because this is a skill in our industry. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I actually had some, a few slides prepared, Mayra. So thank you for saying that I'm always prepared, but I only got 4 slides today. Okay.
I love that. I love that. I am so non-green, y'all.
But I just feel, the visual kind of helps understand it a little bit. But edification and, training. So let's talk about this. Let's have a little conversation dialogue when it comes to this. So first of all, let's talk about why is edification important in our industry. And, we kind of just talked about it. Your upline is, financially incentivized to help you. So the person that brought you in, it's financially incentivized to help you. I mean, that's dope. Because now I'm like, she's gonna help me because obviously if I produce, she's gonna get paid, right? It's not the other way around. Like, she don't have to help me. And so when you realize that, why wouldn't you want to, I tell my people, like, listen, if you're not bothering me, if you're not in my inbox, if you're not messaging me, if you're not telling me you got a prospect, if you don't tell me you got people on Zoom, then I know you're just not working, just plain serious. Like, and most people are like, Raysa, I don't want to bother you. I know you're super busy, but I get incentivized to help you. So it's like, girl, get me on a call, get me on a Zoom. What are we waiting for? Why are you talking to people yourself? Why? It doesn't make sense. But if you talk up your mentors and you edify your mentors, you're going to make more sales. Does that make sense, guys? Are you following me? Type a 1 in the chat if you're following me, because I feed off of energy. So I need to see some flames in the chat. I need to see some energy in the chat, because it is so important. This is so important. Like, if you guys just learned this, like, I can already see you guys walking stages. And I know this because I learned it from Alfred. He said all he ever did was edify Ashton. He say, man, this man's a multiple 6-7 figure earner. He's going to be in the building in Miami. And all he did was drag people to the event, right? You guys saw pictures of Alfred. Most of you guys really, he had nothing. He didn't have the millions of dollars that he has now, but he edified. He learned this skill. And next thing you know, he started growing his business, right? So what is edification? It builds credibility to your prospect of the expert. Pretty much allows the expert to be respected and heard even before they hear from them. How powerful is that? And one of the examples I gave on my team call was, think about if someone sets a blind date for you. How many of you guys had a blind date? Type a 1 in the chat. Mayra's like,
no, that I can't. That I cannot. Not guilty.
She's like, no. So how many of you guys had a blind date? Be real. Put a 1 in the chat. So if you think, and I know some of you guys had a blind date. It's okay if you want to share it with me. But listen, the reason that you went on that date is because someone edified him or her, right? So if let's say you're single and you're one of my friends, and I know, I have a best friend, right, of 15 years, and he's single too. So I'll be like, girl, oh my God, my friend, he's been my friend for 15 years. He took custody of 2 of his sister's kids. That just shows his heart. He didn't have to do that. He has no children, but he took custody of 2 young girls, age 2 and 4. He's very successful. He's a professional. He makes multiple 6 figures. He's very well established, just bought his house. Are you open to having a date with this guy? Like, most women would be like, he sounds like a good candidate, So that's kind of what so some people in the chat, because this is really my friend. I'm really talking about a real friend of mine. So think about it. Now you're like, okay, yeah, I'll try it, especially if you know him and, and you're edifying him like that. Why not? I'll do it. It's the same thing. So I built the respect. I built the credibility. This person already knows about him, already knows good things about him. Now they're more open. Now you're going into that blind date saying, wow, this person can be somebody that I can see myself with, or I can see myself working with, or building on something. And that's just to put it as an example so that because I feel like sometimes we have to translate it in a way where it's not industry. It has to be something that you can relate to. And that's the only reason that I can come up with that. But how do you edify an expert? So obviously we just did that. Mayra just did that. So just learn your leaders. One of the things you want to learn is learn your leaders, learn what title they are, learn what sales revenue they're bringing in every single month. That's very important. Learn, if they've hit level 1, level 2, level 3 of the R&R in our company, that's huge. Like, that's not easy to do. It really collaboratively takes a lot of effort to do that, and time and sacrifices. So if you edify that, people already be like, wow, I'm really getting connected to someone who's dedicated, who's committed, who's passionate of changing the lives of others, and is willing to help me. So talk them up. That's all you do, is just talk up your leader. So figure out who is your upline, who's your sponsor. If they're an elite, print up the title qualifications document, because if they're an elite, now you can see how much the sales revenue is every single month from that. So let's say it's $10,000 a month and you're an elite. Most sales directors feel like, edify me, I don't have success. What? You have a 6-figure business. When you add up $10,000 times 12 a year, that's a 6-figure revenue business on a yearly basis. And I know a lot of people don't look at it like that, but that's how I would edify one of my sales directors, when I edify them back. And so now it just creates this respect. There's so many people that are not doing that, right? Think about how hard it was to hit Fuel Trainer, $1,600 in sales. I'm like, oh my God, that was the hardest thing I ever did in my whole career here. Like, it was so hard. So just to think about these numbers, 10,000, 50,000, it's a lot. So when you look at it like that, now what is the result of edifying and mastering edification? What is the result? More sales, more income, 100%, more rank advancements, more promotions, more momentum, more people at events. 100%. Like this piece right here will change your whole business. Doesn't matter if you're new or if you are a high title. If you're ESD, RSD, ambassador, whatever, this right here, it could be the key that you need to get to the next level. Because I feel like we've kind of gotten away from this and it's really, really missing. We can really be packing out these events and everything else that we do, even these trainings right here. Think about it. How many people we have on? 100? We should have more than 100 people on this call. The edification is not happening. And this is kind of what, I want to talk about. Did you want to say something?
I just wanted to add one other little thing too, is the way to understand the power in edification is that why should the person that you're introducing to, like, why should your friend, your business partner, or pardon me, why should your friend, your prospect, your cousin, your neighbor, your whoever it is, why should this person that you're wanting to introduce this information to, why should they care about what somebody has to say to them? Why does it matter what they have to say? And that also leads back around to never interrupting them, because you decrease the power and the significance of what your leader is saying when you interrupt. And also, if you interrupted, why did you get them on the phone in the first place? If you're the one that knows all the information, that's why as well, never correct them on those conversations either. Let them rock it out. They know how to play it out, and after calls and calls, over time, it's just a skill set that's developed, just like working out in the gym. Thanks, Raysa.
Oh, did you freeze? Oh no, did we lose her? Did we lose her?
Oh, no, I said thank you. That was it. That was the thought that came to mind here.
You kind of froze for a second, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I gave another example. So for instance, and we'll talk about that in a second, but first let's just finish with this. So edification is, so this document is kind of like a guide. Like, let's say you're brand new and you're like, I don't know how to edify. This is a guide for you to be able to edify anyone that you're introducing. It doesn't matter if they got the first title, the second title, it doesn't matter what. You're going to be able to edify anyone with this document. And we have it on the boards. I think we can add it on the Relentless band as well. But what it does is the process of creating respect, credibility, and intrigue for an expert that is being edified. And an expert is simply a person, place, or thing that is used as a tool to explain, present, educate, motivate, clarify, and or close a sale of a product or a prospect. The enthusiasm, the attitude, the belief you have while edifying is critical to the effectiveness. So the enthusiasm, that's what I want to talk about. Because if I introduce Mayra and I'm like, well, she does $25,000 sales and she's cool. I'm like, you're not even excited. Like, it really, the tone does matter. That's why it's like, how can you edify via a script? I don't get it. Like, people are sending out a flyer and sending out an invite. How are you really able to transfer that excitement and enthusiasm through a script? I'd rather you do it through a voice note. I'd rather someone really hear you talk and edify that person, because I'm telling you, you're going to get more people in the room. You're going to get more people on these presentations, and that's going to 10x your income. So I wanted to talk about that. So edification is the answer to any question that you don't have, because you don't need to be the expert. How many people come into this and they're like, oh my God, well, I don't want to talk to anybody and I don't want to post on social media because I don't know anything. But the reality is that your expert knows probably every single answer to those questions. And so if you just edify them and build that respect, they'll be able to actually close that for you. So here's some examples of attributes to consider when trying to edify a person, place, or thing. So, oh my God, Mayra's so determined, she's committed, she's driven, she's super passionate, and she's so excited to actually get on the phone right now. She only has a minute. She really doesn't have that much time, but I am so inspired by her. She's such a leader, a top producer in our company, and super educational. So I used a bunch of the words. So I was trying to be like Mayra, okay? Because I guess this is how she collects her words. Because I was like, I'll run out of words. Mayra doesn't run out of words, right? But that's an example of being able to do that. So look, pick 5 of those when you're edifying someone into the call. This is Raysa. She's super passionate. She sees a huge opportunity. She's making it happen in our industry, one of our top producers, and she's very informative, and I wanted to get her on the call. So I used 5 there, right? And then now you could take the 5 and phrase it. So now you could phrase it. Raysa is more excited and more committed and more determined than she's ever been. We're working on a huge project. Those are examples of edification, guys. I'm telling you, what Mayra said earlier, so key. She was like, look, the difference between edifying and not edifying will be the difference between us closing that deal and not closing that deal. One of the things that I see a lot of people do on like 3-way calls too, Mayra, is they'll edify you, but they won't click over until they're done edifying you. So for instance, they'll get on, oh, Raysa, well, I already told them about you. Here's John. So I didn't get to, one of the things that's wrong with that is I didn't get to hear you so that I could critique you, so I could give you constructive feedback on how you did it, because I don't know how you edified me. So I can't help you grow in the industry if I'm not hearing how you're edifying. And some people are scared to actually, they get all shook up and nervous when they're edifying their experts. Nothing to be nervous about. It's like you're introducing a friend. That's just how you really want to look at it. When you look at it that way, you're introducing a friend that's knowledgeable. And that's really what we are here. We're a family. So once you get comfortable with that, obviously that this is going to change the game for you guys. I'm telling you 100%. So how many of you guys, type a 1 in the chat if you want to increase your income and you want to 10x, you want to get to the next level. You're like, man, I'm stuck. What am I missing? You know, I can't get to the next level. I can't get from 10 to 25K. I can't get from 25K to 50K. Guess what? Edification could change that for you like this. You know why? Because once you start doing it, your team duplicates it. And when your team duplicates it, it's a wrap. Okay. So here's what I want to show you guys, edification example for PBRs. So this is what I want to talk about too, which are the PBRs. We should be doing PBRs. We should be in living room. Like I remember growing my business in my living room. I would do PBRs in my personal living room. I would do PBRs in other people's living room. I would be at Abuelita's house. It didn't matter. Churches, IHOPs, Denny's, hookah lounges. I mean, you name it. The road to vice president was in the trenches, 100%. That's how we built it. But guess how people got people there? So if you're brand new, because I saw a lot of people put that they're brand new, you want to create a PBR in your home ASAP, especially if your leader is in the local market. It boggles me to see that sometimes people have VPs, RVPs, EVPs in their market and they don't leverage them. Like it just boggles me, because I was only an SD at that time, you know, but I was like acting like a VP at that time. But look, you want to create a PBR, you know, get your girls together on a Friday, your friends, the guys, you know, hey, let's beer and credit, I don't know, wine and credit, cheese and credit, you know, I don't know, like something in your house. And the way that you get people there is just think about inviting for a baby shower or inviting to your birthday. You know, people would come. Why would people come? There's food, there's cake, there's drinks, there's a networking environment, right? And people like that. Make it fun. Maybe do like a raffle. You know, people like free cash raffle. You know, we're doing a gift card raffle for guests that show up, or we're giving away a basket, whatever. I just kind of always go back to, I remember growing up, and this might date me and show my age, but my mom would try to go to every Tupperware party there was, home interior decorator party. And of course, as I grew up, all the girls were always like, oh my God, we're gonna have a pure romance party at my house. And I'm like, I know I gotta bring money because you guys are trying to sell me something. And so, but I still went because I was like, hey, it's a good time to get together with the girls. And, you know, I know who doesn't need Tupperware, you know, at that time, or who doesn't need, you know, we would do Mary Kay parties and facials and stuff like that. So it just brings me back to that. Like, why can't we make this fun too? 100% we can, because learning about this is super exciting. So for instance, now your mentor comes into your living room, obviously mingles and greets and talks to everybody that's going on there. And now look, hey, we get started. You intro your expert. This is how you do it. Welcome everybody to my business launch. This is my first movers advantage, you know, call. I wanted to bring this to you guys first privately before I go public with this. I brought my regional vice president. She is the first Latina regional vice president in our entire company. Her business is generating over between $250,000, $500,000 a month in sales revenue for our amazing company. This means she's been able to help hundreds of thousands of people restore their credit, walk away from corporate America. Her team generated almost $3 million in commissions during a pandemic. She's a mom, she's a boss, and she's here to add value to you and help me launch my business. That's opening the room edification. Like, you already set the tone. Like, where's my hold on, where's my notebook? You see what I mean? Like, give me the wine, let me sit down, let me get some of this cheese, because this girl, she got some sauce, right? That's how I would look at it. I'm just being 100. So here's a way that we also do edification through a 3-way chat on Messenger. So for instance, the validation piece, I feel like this is really missing too, Mayra. Like, a lot of people are sending videos, and I feel that they're ATMing, and I feel that they are exposing and maybe doing a little edification, but they're not doing the validation. The validation is like after they watch a video, it's not up to you to answer the questions. You're not there to try to close the deal. You're not there to handle the objections. You're not the expert yet, and that's okay. Eventually you will be, but why sabotage a deal? All you have to do is add the validation. So for instance, on my team, hey, go ATM, add, tag, message, have them watch a video, then open up. As soon as they tell you they're done watching that video, there's no more conversation. You literally open a 3-way chat. Hey girl, look, I'm so grateful that I could get you on the chat with us. I wanted to introduce you to a mentor. She's an amazing young lady. And I was laughing earlier because I'm like, I threw young in there. I'm not, but you know, I try to edify myself a little bit.
Girl, you could throw in your team. Take this as an announcement. You could throw young in.
I'm like,
this lady is holding you down, okay?
Exactly.
Yes, young lady, proceed.
Exactly. See, thank you, Mayra. Like, this amazing young lady who's helping me grow my business all over the United States. Her team is currently generating $250,000 a month in sales, and she's helped a lot of people walk away from corporate America, has helped hundreds of clients see huge credit score increases. I wanted to bring her on just because she's the expert in this industry. And I want to make sure that you get all of your questions answered to the best of our ability so that we are confident that you have all your questions answered. Now they're like, oh my gosh, she just connected me to the girl that's on the video. What? Right? And now, you know, people are going to actually go and click on my profile, may look at my page a little bit before they respond. That's fine. That's the validation piece. And most of the time, I in these 3-way chat messengers, when it's done properly like this, they don't get left on red. 100, like barely, right? So this is just another example of edifying. So obviously edifying in person, edifying who's going to be in the room, edifying on chat messenger, edifying when you're doing your PBRs, like edifying like all over the place, pretty much, right? Now, this is something that I want to give you guys. If you want more sales, more income, more team members at destination events, and obviously we're going to talk about this because we're trying to get more people to Miami. We really want, right now on Thursday in Tampa, we have Alfred and Alyssa Barnes here. We have these local events. I mean, if there's a vice president in your local market, like, why aren't these rooms full? And I know it's because we're missing the edification, and we gotta train our new people coming in edification like this from the beginning. If there's something that we need to duplicate, it's this, because I guarantee that these rooms will be packed out if we just focus on this. So let me ask you guys a question. Who was training yesterday on millionaire mindset? Let's see if you guys are paying attention. Who trained yesterday on millionaire mindset? Let's see. Who was the leaders that trained yesterday on millionaire mindset? There we go. Look at Cody. You know Cody is on it. I love it. Look at that. Andy, right? Yep, exactly. So here's an example. Do you know Andy's story? Because I'm sure he shared it, right? And number one secret sauce is to be a success story collector. Yes, 3 jobs, exactly. So now he worked 3 jobs before starting this. was able to walk away from all three and is doing this full time, became a multiple six-figure earner, doing within $250,000 to $500,000 in sales every 30 days. He's a boss, he's a dad, he just had a new baby, bought a brand new house. How do I know that? Because I am a success story collector. Like, this is what we need to practice. And you know why it's very important? He's on our magazine. He's on our magazine, which leads to the next thing. Use our company magazine when you're doing these PBRs. When you guys are training your teams, guys, leaders, listen up, SDs and above. You want more people to get to events? Let's leverage these stories. Andy's gonna be in Miami. If you have any fathers that are not time free right now on your team that would love to be time free, I'm gonna introduce you to Andy. He's gonna show you, or you may have a conversation with him, how he walked away from 3 jobs and is doing this full time. How did he take it to the next level? He's gonna be in that room. He's gonna be training on stage. He's gonna be collecting his 6-figure ring. Okay, so that's edification. You're now edifying another leader. What about Coach Kev? Is he in the magazine? Can you edify him? Can you tell that story to your team? Right? What if there's a story that resonates with someone that you're talking to right now? That might be the key. Listen, as soon as I hear a story and I'm like, I think about somebody, I'm like, God, I forgot that girl told me, she's going through domestic violence right now. She just went through a foreclosure. Let me figure out a way to connect her to this leader. Hey girl, look, this girl's going through the same thing. Look, this is her story. You know, if she has a picture up, if she has a social media page, I'm literally sharing that. Coach Kev used to smiling down. There you go, Chad. See, Chad is a story collector. That's why you're winning, right? Use pictures that you took with the leaders at the events. This is important too. Like, if they're in the magazine and you got pictures with them, like, you need to leverage that, right? So let's say right now for the Tampa event, if you have pictures with Alfred, it would be really, really important to start posting this. My mentor's gonna be here. He's, in our magazine. You should be doing PBRs every day until that day. Like, we should, like, exactly what Mayra and them are doing right now. Right now, those people that they just spoke to there, now we're gonna bring those into this event. But guess what? They can open up the magazine and say, man, this is the gentleman that's gonna be there. You know how many articles are out there and things that Alfred has done too that you guys can leverage, articles on social media, from welfare to millionaire. He's going to be in the room this Thursday, from welfare to millionaire. I don't know about you, but I need to be in a room with millionaires. Like, that's literally the conversation I would be having with my friends right now. Edifying who's going to be in the room. And this goes to new agents, to getting people into these rooms, getting people onto overviews, our power hours, but it also goes to the leadership team. It goes to everybody that's already in. How are you going to get more people to Miami? How are you going to get more people to the local events? You edify the success in the room. That's how you're going to do it. Because if I told any of you guys that on Friday, Beyonce is going to be in my living room, and I'm a huge fan, okay? I'm a Beyonce fan. Everybody knows that by now. But if I told you Beyonce is going to be in my living room on Friday, you guys will call out. You guys will catch a flight. Say you won't. Like, look, Beyonce's going to come have some drinks with me. I can only invite 5 people. So, I mean, you may have to catch a flight. You might have to cancel all of your plans. I mean, you will leave your dates on red. Like, you will, job who, boss who? Like, I'm sick. I caught COVID. Like, I'm telling you. Like, that's literally what everybody would do. That's how you want to edify. That's how people are going to drop their plans to be there, because, they're going to learn something in that room that they need, that they want. They're going to, like Mayra said earlier, what is it that that person can solve for them is why they're going to be in that room. And last but not least, follow the leaders on social media. I remember sharing the success stories, and, I had a young lady who is my nail tech, and she does nails for celebrities, like major celebrities here in Tampa. So I'm like, how am I going to get this girl to come to an event? She's already successful. You know, she makes a lot of money. She's like dealing with celebrities. I said, you know what? I'm going to send her Morgan's Instagram page, Morgan Harmon, right? Because I'm like, she actually did the nails of the girls for selling Sunset here in Tampa. So I'm like, you know, Morgan wasn't like loving hip hop. So I'm like, that has a connection there. So I sent her Morgan's page. I said, look, this is one of my mentors, super successful. You know, she's been able to help us, and just edifying her success went from nothing to something. And she's actually putting a book together. This is her page. And she's like, oh my God, girl, like connect me, you know, like let's do a Zoom or something. And I'm like, yes, see, because that's how I'm able to get that person in front of Morgan. And now there could be a connection there, because the nail tech is telling me that she needs more time freedom. She literally works 12 hours a day in a chair, 5-6 days a week as the owner of but she can't step away from it. So what would time freedom look like for you? Can you spend more time with your kids? You know, at what point, what if you can't do nails anymore? What happens then? So those are the kind of conversations that I like to have, but obviously had to really edify the success of Morgan in order to do that. So guys, look, if you guys learned this, oh my God, like I'm telling you guys, man, we need to get back to this. Let's focus on edifying and inviting. Edify, it don't matter what title you're in, just focus on edifying and inviting. If you're an SD and you're like, man, I've been struggling getting agents, edify and invite. Edify and invite. ESDs, RSDs, we all go through the rebuilding stages. We all go through those moments. Trust me, been through them hundreds of times. But if you just focus on this, on mastering this, you'll get more people to the destination event. You'll get more people to Miami. You'll get more people. You'll get a bigger paycheck just if you master edification and getting yourself out of the way, 100%. So I definitely felt the need to talk about that today, because that's the missing piece. We need to get back to that. And as leaders, elites and above, we need to train everyone that's new coming in exactly how to edify from the beginning. And that's going to change everything in our organization. So hopefully that helped. Love you guys. God bless. Have a good night.
Thank you so much for that, boss lady. I appreciate it. I know the team is as well showing you some love. Again, just thank you for all that you do continually. I always learn, I always continue to grow, and we've just gotten started. So team, go ahead and implement that. Take advantage of all the things that we have in place. We have the power of credit Monday through actually 7 days a week. There's at least one Zoom, if not more, happening. Take full advantage of that. There's definitely opportunities to continue plugging in the local market. We have Mondays at Black Rock, Tuesdays now at La Lechonera in Spanish. We have Glory Days on Wednesdays, and we have our Thursday game night. This Thursday, like no other in a long time. Let's make sure we pack that room out. And then as well, the following Thursday, you'll hear an announcement for a tour. And remember the contest as well. So the top 2 agents with the highest number of guests that attend this Thursday, the leadership team and Alfred and Alyssa, they'll all be accompanying this individual for dinner or just something to eat after, to have those real life conversations. So let's get it, team. Let's everyone go ahead and enjoy the rest of their night. We're pretty much on time, but I couldn't think of anybody better to partner with on this. Thank you so much, Raysa, for what you do continually. Both you, our R&R club, both you and Rob. Love you guys. Love the whole team, everybody. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, good night.
Good night, good night.
Good night,
Good night, everyone.